Josie Duggar is officially engaged. The announcement, shared through carefully staged social media posts, sent shockwaves not only through fans but, according to insiders, directly into the heart of the family itself. Jim Bob Duggar, patriarch and longtime orchestrator of family image and legacy, reportedly reacted with visible fury, an explosive response that hints at the underlying tensions, power struggles, and deep-rooted dynamics that have long governed the Duggar household. This is not merely a story of romance. It is a high-stakes drama, a collision of personal desire, family control, and public scrutiny, unfolding in a way that exposes both the fragility and the theatricality of one of reality TV's most scrutinized families. At its core, this story is about autonomy clashing with authority. For years, Josie has been positioned within the family hierarchy as both protected and controlled. A daughter whose choices have been subtly but firmly influenced by a patriarchal structure that prizes obedience, public propriety, and ideological conformity. The engagement represents a pivotal assertion of agency, a bold step into independence that simultaneously celebrates personal joy and challenges established norms. In the Duggar universe, every life event carries symbolic weight. Marriage is not just about love. It is about legacy, faith, and the projection of an idealized family narrative. Josie's decision to become engaged, and the ensuing reaction from Jim Bob, reveals the delicate balance between individual agency and systemic control, and the intricate negotiations required when these forces collide. The timeline leading up to this announcement reveals the layers of tension and anticipation. In the weeks prior, fans noted subtle signs: fleeting social media glimpses of Josie and her partner, cryptic captions hinting at serious developments, and rare appearances that suggested a shift in the usual choreography of Duggar life. Behind the scenes, sources report intense discussions within the household as elders weighed the implications of public engagement against the family's image and religious expectations. Each step was calculated, interactions carefully staged, information deliberately filtered, and the timing of the official reveal orchestrated to maximize impact while controlling narrative framing. The sequence mirrors a high-stakes drama, foreshadowing, rising tension, and ultimate revelation, culminating in a moment designed to captivate both fans and critics alike. When engagement was officially announced, the reaction was immediate and explosive. Social media erupted with congratulations, speculation, and heated debate. Yet, beneath the surface excitement lies the more complex, dramatic story, the reportedly furious response of Jim Bob Duggar. According to insiders, the patriarch expressed anger not simply at the timing of the announcement, but at the perceived lack of consultation and control. This reaction underscores a pattern that has long defined Duggar family dynamics: the assertion of authority, the enforcement of expectation, and the subtle yet pervasive mechanisms of influence that shape personal decisions. Jim Bob's fury is emblematic of the tension between control and autonomy, a tension that runs through every milestone, from courtship to marriage, and now engagement. The dramatic weight of this event is amplified by the contrast between public perception and private reality. Fans, outsiders, and media commentators view the engagement as a joyous milestone, a testament to young love and personal happiness. But within the household, it is a calculated negotiation of influence, expectation, and consequence. Every conversation, every expression, every public acknowledgement is loaded with dual significance: genuine emotion on one hand and symbolic signaling on the other. Observers note that in families with deeply entrenched hierarchies, even personal milestones become performative, functioning simultaneously as celebration and subtle assertion of power. Josie's engagement, therefore, operates on multiple levels: personal, familial, and public, each with its own stakes, pressures, and potential for conflict. Analytically, the engagement exposes long-standing patterns of control and oversight within the Duggar household. Historically, courtships and engagements have been highly orchestrated, reflecting both religious values and family ideology. Patriarchal oversight extends to public appearances, personal conduct, and even emotional expression, ensuring that each event aligns with a prescribed narrative of propriety and faithfulness. Josie's announcement and the associated backlash reflects a rare divergence from this pattern, a moment in which personal choice confronts institutional expectation, autonomy challenges control, and love asserts itself against a backdrop of careful calculation. From a narrative standpoint, the unfolding events are a textbook example of rising tension leading to dramatic climax. Early indicators, the subtle gestures, shared appearances, and familial nods build intrigue. The announcement of engagement and the suitor's background escalates tension, adding social, financial, and emotional stakes. Finally, the anticipation of the wedding itself functions as the climax, a moment charged with expectation, familial attention, and public fascination. Each stage, subtle revelation, building tension, and impending union, contributes to a story that is both compelling and emotionally resonant. Analyzing Josie's experience through the lens of social and emotional dynamics reveals the pressures of negotiating love, visibility, and expectation. While the engagement is framed publicly as joyous, private realities of anxiety, decision-making, and negotiation underscore the complexities behind the smile. The young woman must navigate her personal desires, family guidance, and the ever-present audience observing her choices. Each interaction, each decision, carries layers of significance, from emotional fulfillment to public perception, illustrating the multidimensional nature of growing up in the Duggar spotlight. The suitor's wealth and social position introduce additional layers of complexity and fascination. Analysts point out that the combination of charisma, physical attractiveness, and financial security creates a narrative ripe with both aspiration and envy. It is not simply a union of two people, but a convergence of status, perception, and familial calculation. The family's endorsement highlights historical patterns. In Duggar life, external factors, such as financial stability and social compatibility, are inextricably linked to internal emotional decisions, shaping not only individual futures but family reputation. The timeline moves inexorably toward a wedding that promises high drama. Initial courtship evolved into family introductions, discreet vetting, and private celebrations. Each step, carefully orchestrated, reveals both strategy and emotional resonance. Observers note the delicate balance between spontaneity and choreography. While the engagement appears romantic, it is deeply structured, reflecting the family's long-standing approach to oversight, planning, and public presentation. In this way, the unfolding story mirrors the tension between authenticity and performative expectation that has characterized the Duggar narrative for decades. Emotionally, Josie's journey is a crucible of desire, expectation, and negotiation. The excitement of potential marriage is tempered by familial pressure, media attention, and the underlying challenge of navigating life under public scrutiny. Every decision, from the timing of the engagement announcement to interactions with the suitor, is laden with symbolic and practical meaning, reflecting the interplay of individual agency, family oversight, and social expectation. Analysts emphasize that this confluence of personal desire and structural influence creates a story that is both dramatic and profoundly human. As anticipation builds, the public narrative continues to evolve. Fans speculate on wedding dates, possible venues in California, and the level of public versus private ceremony. Media outlets dissect social media posts, interviews, and public appearances, constructing a layered story of expectation, attention, and suspense. The convergence of private decision-making and public speculation amplifies both drama and significance, ensuring that Josie Duggar's personal milestone is viewed through multiple lenses simultaneously: romance, strategy, and spectacle. Underlying the excitement is a subtle examination of power dynamics, control, and emotional labor. Josie navigates not only her own desires, but the implicit weight of family expectation and societal attention. Every affirmation, hesitation, and step forward in this process contributes to a larger story about agency, compliance, and the pressures faced by young women in high-profile families. Observers note that while the wedding appears celebratory, it is also a microcosm of broader dynamics: negotiation of autonomy, management of expectation, and performance under observation. The unfolding events serve as a lens into broader Duggar family patterns. Historical context, past engagements, public scrutiny, and strategic family involvement provides a framework for understanding current developments. Josie's potential marriage reflects both continuity and deviation. Continuity in family involvement and public fascination, deviation in the modern dynamics of courtship and wealth. Each element, from suitor selection to anticipated ceremony, contributes to a narrative that is both historically grounded and intensely current.